Hello everyone, this is Sean Tackett, FangoFan Booty Man. This is another Just Saying segment. I know, I was supposed to do a part 2 on my violence thing, and I will do that, and I will do that next week. Right now, I have to do a very important topic here. Well folks, guess what happens? They lost another one. MSNBC has just lost Cenk Uyger of Young Turks. That's right. And boy, he was a good newscaster. And just like Keith Olbermann, who is now on Current, they tried to stranglehold him and give him a smaller position. Why? Because on his, and I'll put links to his videos and website, talking about he was too rough, and he needed more Republicans on his show. MSNBC is liberal? I don't think so. I mean, everyone, and why did they say MSNBC is liberal? Well, number one, Fox is conservatives, So the Tea Party are sissies. Well, the Wilbur's got to have a network we can pounce on, so we'll say it's MSNBC. Yeah, that's right, so, I mean, that's what they did. But Keith Olbermann left because he was not allowed to express his true feelings. Now Cenk Uyger left because he wasn't allowed to express his true feelings. And let's go into a little more things about why they're not liberal. Well, Mr. Marcos Milicic from the Daily Cause was on Keith Olbermann. And if you wonder why you hadn't seen him on MSNBC for a while, Joe Scar Blowhard and him got in a big Twitter war, and Mr. Marcos was just slapping him every which way but loose, telling him on how he was wrong and stuff. And Joe went to the producers of MSNBC, and Marcos couldn't be on anymore because Joe was hurt. MSNBC is liberal? They'd have told Joe Scar Blowhard, sorry Joe, but you know what, this guy's a liberal, we're liberal, he's from the Daily Cause. You know what, if you don't want to be on your show, fine. Folks, he couldn't be on the whole network because of Joe Scar Blowhard. Wah. Yeah, MSNBC liberal? Apparently not. And let's talk about some of the news stories that they totally goofed and gaffed on. About the Obama administration and Ms. Sherrod's sickening and disgusting firing. Of course, when Fox Noise printed that disgusting edited video about her, it was disgusting, folks. Totally disgusting. But yeah, what does MSNBC do? Do they call that video out? They played it. Boom, they were on. I mean, every story that Fox News does, basically, MSNBC, CNN, they all follow their lead. They don't make their own decisions, and it turned out that poor Miss Sherrod's story was edited together by conservative teabag nutjob that Fox glorifiedly put on. They're a two-faced line, but MSNBC and CNN, but let's talk about MSNBC because they're liberal. Instead of saying, hey, you know what, let's stop. Let's look at this. Let's look at this video. Let's examine it. Put it under a microscope. Nope, they ran the story. And, this poor girl, Obama was like, oh God, we gotta fire her. Everyone jumped the gun. And, MSNBC should not have done that because they're liberal. Yeah. And I also would like to bring up one of the most sickening things that they did from the this is from the HuffingtonPost.com, Acorn. Yeah, I'm going there. Acorn got a hell of a bun rap. And, like I said, this article was done on the Huffington Post. And I tell you, folks, it was just downright sickening because Fox Noise was the one who started all this. There was a conservative coup going on against Acorn. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because Acorn was always helping the poor. They helped a lot of states raise minimum wage. I mean, they got poor people jobs, and they got poor people to vote. Acorn was a good charity organization, but Fox Broadcast News broadcast videos about tapes of the Acorn staff members and the prostitutes and the pimps and all that and stuff, and They were on a virtual round-the-clock basis covering a controversy far out of proportion to this news values. And almost every TV major station newspaper reported the controversy, allowing Fox News to set the agenda, even big liberal MSNBC. MSNBC is not liberal. They're not. The whole media is not liberal. But for people who say MSNBC is liberal, MSNBC is liberal, no, they're not. Because if they were, Keith Olbermann and Mr. Cenk Uyger would still be there. And I have a feeling Rachel Maddow's and Ed Schultz, really the last two levels of that, is going to be going soon. I just have a feeling they're either A, going to get fired, or B, they're going to leave. Because, you know, MSNBC is not liberal. Joe Scar Blowhard pretty much owns that network now. And Lawrence O'Donnell, I mean, you know, he fits that show. I watch his show, and, you know, he's not passionate enough. And that's the kind of liberal MSNBC likes. You know, oh, don't get rough, like they told Mr. Sink. Don't get rough. Oh, yeah, he was just a truth teller, just like my brother Mike. You know, it's sickening. MSNBC doesn't follow stories that liberals want to hear. What kind of stories do liberals want to hear? I'll read a little bit one for you. A very important one. Missing people. Missing people. This is from the Indianapolis Star, folks, and it's disgusting. I want you to listen to this. Unfortunately, people stigmatize each other according to where you are, from what you are, and your nationality, says Billingston, an African-American who lives in Gary, Indiana. It's just another black child missing. So, you know, she had her son's disappearance, got no coverage when it happened, and no search parties were formed. Billingston said she went looking through trash bins and ponds herself near the spot where he had last seen. You know, that's just downright disgusting. Instead of MSNBC nervously seeing what Fox is saying, or covering Britney Spears farting, or Jennifer Lopez sneezing, liberal news media should be covering stuff. You know, liberals are supposed to care about poor people, you know, poor people's actions and stuff. And, you know, MSNBC just ain't cutting it no more, folks. They're just not. The media is not liberal, and MSNBC is sure ain't. Fox is calling the shots, folks. They just are. And like I said, the only reason the conservatives are saying MSNBC is liberal, well, we have to have a counter argument. We get slammed for being conservative. Well, we say Fox is conservative. Yeah, well, MSNBC is liberal. Prove it! There's no proof! They do every new, you know, like the Tea Party. No one should have been covering the Tea Party. Really. I mean, it was just a flatulent fair of a joke. And yet, because of all this Fox News night, nobody would cover this. Nobody would cover this. Nobody would cover this. You know, oh my God, NBC was like, oh God, we gotta cover it, gotta cover it. And, you know, look what the losers did. The Tea Party basically destroyed and lied to the American people, causing a lot of them to vote these dumb neocon fascist losers in. And look what's happening. And MSNBC, liberal MSNBC, tried to put... No, they didn't, did they? That's why Keith Olbermann left. That's why a lot of people are leaving. A lot of good liberals. And MSNBC is not liberal. They're just not. And, I mean, I can tell you, folks, you know, there is no liberal journalism anymore. And I would like to bring in my good brother, the truth teller, Mike Tackett, to round this up. Thank you, and I'll see you on my next Just Saying video. MSNBC ain't liberal. Take it away, Mike.
Thank you there, Sean. I'd just like to point out a few things there, fellow truth teller. First thing is, the man who put the video together is a low-life, dundering-head scumbag named Andrew Not-So-Breitbart, who I tried to... I called him out, actually, on this on Twitter about what he did to Shirley Sherrod. He blocked me after one tweet. So what a big surprise there. I called him a two-faced lying scumbag. And I said, show the whole video, you lying sack of garbage. And after that one post, I got blocked by him. And, you know, another thing is that when you look, I mean, you know, Cenk Uyger showed that his show by June was actually sometimes beating Fox in the ratings, in the 6 o'clock. Something that Ed Schultz couldn't even do. And they fire the guy? They don't want, or excuse me, they don't want to renew, you know, don't want to leave him on at 6 o'clock? They needed him to play a smaller role for more money, to be a consultant or something like that. And to his credit, Cenk turned it down. Man, money is not the only thing. Because I would have turned it down, I'd have told him, you know what, up yours, I'm leaving. I mean, that's exactly what I would have done also. MSNBC, you're not liberal. And anyone who thinks that you're liberal is out of their goddamn mind. You're not. So, in short, I'm going to wrap this up. Except for The Nation, the Huffington Post, I cannot name you hardly anything that's liberal. You got some great YouTube vloggers that are liberal, but we're not on TV. Maybe we should be. Just to balance out all the right-wing bullcrap. And since Sean didn't say it, I will, and I'm just saying.